This deck may be my single greatest creation. It's so much fun, and I have so much agency every game I play with it. It's also incredibly skill intensive to pilot, but don't worry, I'm gonna teach you how to do it. The commanders are these guys. Don't worry about them too much. No, okay, fine. They can be useful in a pinch when you need an artifact token to sacrifice, or when you have some extra mana and you can set up an untap for Goblin Welder, but mostly they're just trash. The actual centerpiece of our deck, our hidden commander, if you will, is Survival of the Fittest. Goblin Welder as well, but like survival gets the welder, so you get it. To actually find survival, we have 7-ish tutors we can mulligan for. Make sure one of these is in your opening hand. Though Fauna Shaman and even Orc Lore Mage can be okay stand-ins depending on the rest of your hand. Once we found the survival, one of the first things we usually want to tutor for is Squee. This is a powerful engine from premodern, and it will assure you never run out of fodder to throw into your survival. Depending on your available mana and the stuff in your graveyard in hand, you may instead want to immediately go for Anger so that you can give the Goblin Welder haste. You'll end up getting these cards eventually regardless, but you'll have to decide yourself what you want to go for first. Remember that you don't have to immediately make this choice. You can wait until your opponent's end step to gather more information and potentially pivot if necessary. Once you have the welder set up, you can get Oval Chase Daredevil, which will usually act like a squee on steroids, coming back whenever you make a token or whenever you use welder to play any artifact. Our opponents will probably try to blow up the survival at this point, so if that happens, we have several contingency plans. If we have the welder set up, we can use it to weld in the Heckma as a protection piece. Remember, we can tutor it up and discard it with our survival at instant speed if we have the mana up. Alternatively, we can use survival to find Tragic Poet or Aromancer, depending on which is better considering our available mana and whether or not we have an active anger. We can even get Rift Sweeper if the removal is set to exile survival, after which we have to find a tutor for it again, but it's better than it being exiled forever. As to why this deck is so skill intensive, you gotta realize that both of the main game actions you're gonna take, which are activating the welder and the survival, are both instant speed. Once you get Kodama into play, you can even cheat stuff in from your hand at instant speed by triggering Kodama with your Goblin Welder activation, which allows for even more potential ways to react to your opponents. This fact, layered with the survival giving you access to any creature in your deck while still being constrained by resources, leads to a lot of interesting and complex decisions with enough consistency that you'll feel like you did your thing and had agency every single game, even when you lose. Goblin Welder can be used to weld in protection for your board, protection for your life, or removal for whatever BS your opponent is pulling. It can also get some great ramp and fixing in Chromatic Orrery, which, while it can't be found directly with Survival, it can still be gotten indirectly via Engineer, Lore Mage, or Forge Master. Welder, of course, also needs artifacts to sacrifice, which can be created with the Underworld Cookbook found by Asmoran of Martika Dystina Kuldakar, or just by tutoring and casting Ornithopter if you're short on mana. By the way, if you discard Daredevil to the Underworld Cookbook, she will be immediately returned to your hand by the food token entering, making her the perfect fodder. Moving on to the rest of the deck, we have Mother and Giver for some powerful protection, as well as Guardian of Faith for a more one-time effect. We have Fairy Macabre as tutorable Graveyard Hate, and Cathar Commando as instant speed removal. We have Chainer, Chthonian Nightmare, and Tortured Existence as repeatable recursion. Chainer and Jaxis as discard outlets for non-creature stuff, and Crown of Resurrection as an artifact recursion piece that's loopable with Welder. Drumbeller and Quest for Renewal untap our Welder every turn, and Speaker can untap him too while also acting as a tutor. And finally, one of my favorite includes is the MDFC creatures, because they let survival find land drops if you were about to miss one. Speaking of lands, we got a pretty standard fetch dual land base here, because we need to support 4 colors and have enough green mana to repeatedly activate our enchantment. I did also include these 3 lands, as they let us filter non-green mana into green for potential activations. This deck is bracket 3, don't play it below that. I think that's all. Now give me a sub, you dingus. Bye!